guess a manager needs to have set a clear direction and some goals. They need to be able to work with people, and fundamentally that's the role. So your role is really to learn about your people on an individual level. It's also to build capability in those people, because you want them to be able to do the job, and you need to be able to set aside different amounts of time to each person in that team. So that means you need to be accessible, like an open door policy kind of accessible. So the skills you need are really having a bit of empathy, you need emotional intelligence, you need to be able to be patient, you need to be, I guess, confident in the direction that you're setting, and you need to have a really positive attitude, because if you're negative at work, your team's going to be the same and you're not going to get the results that you want. So you need to be partially goal and results driven. They need to think about whether they're capable, because there's a big difference between managing and there's a big difference between micromanaging to task. A manager doesn't just manage to a task. They actually manage the people to perform well, to build the capability to undertake those tasks, and then they set high goals. They don't just set the task goal. So if you want to be a manager, you're going to have to be good with people. You're going to have to be open to feedback. You're going to have to understand what information you filter to your staff, because you can't tell them everything. Even though you might have the big picture, it might not benefit them to know the big picture. And you also need to be able to take responsibility when you make mistakes. So that means you don't take the credit ever for other people's work, even if you do most of it. You actually just sit back and you lead from behind. Great leaders have people that want to follow them. So if people don't want to follow you, it means that you shouldn't be leading, okay? It's, I guess my thing is, if you love working with people and you love developing things and you have that passion, then that's what you should be doing, because you have this goal to change something. And a manager is always changing things. They're either growing people professionally, they're either growing themselves, or they're growing the organisation that they work for. And that's the advice that I'd give you. If you're passionate about doing something that makes a difference, then be a manager, because that's the best place to start.